There you go, baby. What? Hoorah! Hoorah! Zig! Yeah, zig. Ziggy, baby. Zig, ah. What's cracking, you gorgeous individual? You beautiful creature. Look at you. Well, thank you for joining me here. Joining us all here tonight in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. The zone of proximal development. The zone of proximal wave in us. The zone of righteousness. The zone of glory. Truly, this is the zone of glory. Incremental improvements. Incremental improvements alert. We got a curtain. There's a curtain there. And there's a curtain there. The curtains aren't quite wide enough. They're missing a big piece out the middle, so the light in here is still not blocked off. We also need a curtain over there. But it's incremental improvements, baby, a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. A little bit at a time, baby, and that's what you do, you know? Just make things a little bit better every day. And if you do that, glory is inevitable. You try to do it all at once, failure is inevitable. So you just do a little bit every day, baby. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Maciones is in the house. YouTube Hero Alex is in the house. Toast 1012 is in the house. Said, yes, Guns and Akira mix so well. 710 Brother Man build. Prince Jabrika's XV, where did our fearless leader get himself a shotgun? I got multiple shotguns, baby. We went to the range. My homie Tone Tanner drove down here yesterday. He's a Louisiana boy. He's a sweet Louisiana boy. I met him bartending in Los Angeles, you know. Yeah. Anyway, you know, he drove a bunch of our stuff, bless him. You know, we fit everything we could in one van, and then we had a bit more stuff, and he drove it here from Los Angeles. And then yesterday, he took us to the range. You know, he has some homies over here, and they had some guns and stuff, and we went to the range. You know, it was great last night. He showed Hercules how to take apart a gun and what it did. You know, how to look after it, all that sort of thing, how not to shoot yourself in the face, and others. And today we went to the range, and it was dope. Young Hercules and Macdonald and I, who've never shot any real guns before. Not real guns, I had like a BB gun at school, you know. I once got suspended for taking like a replica gun into school and shooting clay bullets out of it at a tree. Something like that. But yeah, today we got to mess around with a couple of 12 gauge shotguns and an AR-15. That was a joyful experience. I gotta say, it was a joyful experience. It felt real good, baby. Much lighter than I was expecting. I was expecting it all to be like, I don't know if yeah, much lighter. And you know, these things got a kick. They go bam, bam, you know? But not as much as I was expecting. The whole thing was a lot lighter and smoother and more natural feeling. And easier than I expected. Little Hercules had to go, you know. Little Hercules. Wielding a 12-gauge shotgun as big as himself. I want a pistol, he said. I want a pistol. I have a pistol for you, boy. So that was cool. And yeah, I completely failed to hit any skeet. You know, there was all this skeet getting shot off. We used to call that, what do we call that back in Wales? I remember the farmers in that doing it. Clay pigeon shooting, is it? Something like that. You know, they shoot off like a clay disc and shoot it. I didn't hit one, but I came pretty close, and it was my first try. But then we did some target shooting at a target. You know, you got a target. A target. Paper target type thing with the AR-15. I was pretty damn good at that, baby. If that was a guy, I killed him a lot, you know? If that was a stationary guy not moving at all, just stood there waiting to get shot at, I killed him a great deal. You know, I was pretty blessed accurate with the AR-15 and pretty close with the 12-gauge shotgun. Frankly, I enjoyed it so much I would happily go and do it a lot. So I might have to just go do it a lot. You know? Charlotte said I came alive. And she also said it was nice to see me doing something other than, you know, being in the studio all day and all night. Anyway, that was a very joyful experience. Very joyful experience, I gotta say. Charlotte had to go. It rattled her teeth. It didn't rattle my teeth. I had no problem with the teeth being rattled. Charlotte had a major problem with the teeth being rattled. I also had no problem with the noise. You know, I got a suspicious feeling that all these times I've spent, you know, DJing, being in DJ booths, being in clubs and all that, I think I've just got like constant kind of tinnitus or something. Because like loud noises don't really bother me, and annoying constant noises don't bother me. There's the fan, you know, the fans in the house. They annoy Charlotte. I don't even notice them. Blessings of constant tinnitus, you know. I remember when I was like 17, I think it was. 17, that was it. And you know, I used to have these crazy jobs, like late night shift type jobs and stuff. And then we'd go to the club. I'd be so tired, you know. We'd have to get to the club super early for some stupid reason to do with the way that our transport was organized. So we were at the club like an hour before anyone else. I would go curl up in the bass bins of these giant speakers in the club and have a nap. And they were on, you know, they were playing loud ass music. I'd just sleep in the bass bins. I could sleep in anything, baby. At one point, I was like 16. I think I was 16. I was homeless for a bit. And I used to sleep on or under benches at the side of the road. Like big honking trucks going past and stuff. I just slept, baby. I'm really good at sleeping. You know? Yeah. That's my one gun sound effect, Glenn Barnett. That's all I got on the gun sound effects. What up, Davey G says, ATD living the American dream. I surely am. Surely am, Davey G. What up, Bradford White? In Texas, when you buy a home, it comes with a gun for self-defense. My house came with 2 hoses. 2 whole hoses. Yeah. How y'all doing? This is number 139. 136 is unavailable in Macchione's country. I'm sorry. YouTube yeeted it. Listen, if there's ever a stream that you miss and you don't have access to, it will always be on the podcast feed. And we're currently working to get them all on library as well. LBRY. LBRY is new, so there's like teething problems. Sometimes the upload doesn't work. They emailed me like half an hour ago telling me to do something. So we're working on it. But yeah, all the audio is always on the podcast feed. Just look for the Akira the Don podcast where you like podcasts. If you listen to this on a podcast, hi. Melman Dan's in the house. What's up, Wavy Maztex? What's up to you? We got Cindy Bailey in the house. Says, ooh, so delightful. Yes. Melman Dan says, Donnie's got a gun. Donnie's got a gun. The whole world's come undone. It's a very good song. Good reference. you know, not even slightly applicable. Janie in the Aerosmith song, wasn't that like some kind of school shooter or something in the 80s? Didn't Janie Got a Gun invent school shooting, or am I imagining that? Was that Boomtown Rats record about not liking Mondays? It was one of them, baby. What up, Calais? It's morning for you. Good morning. David Ewing says, hey, Akira, where did the Dragon Ball Z visual meaning wave? Where did it? You mean where did it go? Probably got deleted from YouTube by YouTube. They delete my videos quite often, you know. Not much I can do about it, baby. Apart from just keep putting out new ones. Keep moving, baby. Lonely Cow says, yes, shooting is an amazing feeling. It really is. It's such a glorious feeling. It's just joyful. I honestly love everything about it. I love that it's a bit difficult, you know. I love that it's weighty, but not too weighty. I love the explosion aspect of it. I love that it jolts the whole self. That you have to lean into it. The consideration you have to take, the care you have to take, the responsibility you feel, all that. I love all of it, baby. It's great. Ooh. Walking More Part, 20 or 12 gauge on the shotgun. I believe it was a 12. 12. Yeah, it was skeet. It was skeet.
He's got clout.
Skeet. And it wasn't working initially. We kept pressing the button and the skeet wasn't flying out. We had to get a guy come over and fix it. Michael Tapia says, you got to shoot that gun like Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's always been my ambition to have a fortified compound. I realized two of my like living ambitions. I'm always like, I want to live by the sea, so I can just like jump off a jetty every morning, wake up and just jump in the sea. And I love to run along the sand, along the beach, you know. I also want to live in a fortified compound. And I realized both of these things are from Hunter S. Thompson, because he lived in a fortified compound and with lots of land, and he'd just go out there and he had all these peacocks and he'd just shoot at things, you know, set off explosions in the middle of the night. And he also had that book, The Rum Diary, which I loved very much. And in the Rum Diary, the character that's based on him has he ends up living in a little house on the beach with a little jetty that you jump off, you know? Romantic images seared in my brain. Yeah. Marionette says, Jenny's Got a Gun is a woman standing up to an abusive boyfriend's spouse. Oh yeah, that was it. I haven't listened to that record since I was young. Yeah. DS Duena says, I love my gun a healthy amount. Skeet. Sagittarius says, we usually shoot in a field and our own throwers. Nice. Walking More Poet says, 12 gauge definitely punches you in the shoulder. Woo! Used to do it at Boy Scout camp years ago. Nice. Boy Scouts? What, you used to shoot in Boy Scouts? That's crazy. That's not like UK Boy Scouts. UK Boy Scouts, it's like, we used to make like little bubbles. You know, the kind of bubble hat? You know, make a fluffy bubble and then stick some eyeballs to it so it looked like a little character, an alien guy. You know, shooting nothing in Boy Scouts. Actually, I was in Cubs. I never went to Boy Scouts. Cubs, I was in the baby ones. Boy Cubs. The boys had cubs and the girls had beavers. I didn't realize how funny that was until later on. The little girls was beavers. Then you had Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. I've heard now that Boy Scouts is collapsing, right? They're now letting girls in the Boy Scouts. Are boys allowed in the Girl Scouts? Does anyone know? Keanu says, I worked as a Climate Merit Badge Director last summer. Climbing Merit Badge Director. Can confirm that girls can be Boy Scouts and can confirm they still do shooting. Yeah, but can boys be Girl Scouts? Like, do you have Girl Scouts anymore? Did they just get rid of it? Is it just like unisex Scouts now? I don't understand what's going on with the Scouts. It's mad confusing. Lokatar Shaw says Scouting is one of the best programs I've been in. So much growth and pride in those around me came from Scouting. That's dope, man. I love pride in around me, you know? That's very cool. David Ewing sings boys usually scout for girls. Quite. Fire Everything says PSA Sitch did a good video on modern day Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Okay, cool. Shouts out to PSA Sitch. What a beautiful thing that Sitch is. Sometimes I listen to my beats and I'm like, damn, who made this? This is so good. That's a really good beat, huh? I'm going to play the whole song. Welcome one and all to Meaning Stream 1. Oh, hello, darling. Wifey just peeked around the curtains. She peeked around the other curtain.
But you just have to go on.
I'm going to put you on the camera. Come here. You get back here. Peek through that curtain again now. I double dare you. Derailing my train of thought.
When you say to anything spontaneous, see, life is spontaneous. It happens, in the words of the Taoists, Ziran, which means of itself so. That's their Chinese expression for nature. What happens by itself, what isn't pushed, but it just pops up, you see? You came into being, you know? It happens in a kind of a plop way like that, see? Now, you can't tell that process. You ought to happen. You must happen. Because that puts a bind on it. In the same way as when you have a child and all the relatives have come to a party on Thanksgiving, the child into the middle of all the relatives and say, now dear, play. Now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. Say now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. See, it absolutely bugs the child to do it like that. And so this is the problem for every artist. Because an artist is a man who makes his living by playing. Whether he's dancing, painting, or playing music, or whatever it is. And he has to overcome this problem. He has to know how to play in public at a given time on an appointment. See? Now that's not an easy thing to learn. But when you catch on to the trick of it, you can do it. To play on demand. That's the hardest lesson of life. To contrive what is called by my Japanese artist friend Saburo Hasegawa a controlled accident.
Hey.
Now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. Say now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. Now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. Say now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play.
He's got clout. As the pressure grew, Akira. He's got clout.
There you go.
Akira.
Hi.
He's got clout.
What's up, baby?
As the pressure grew, how do you, as an international speaker, with all of your attention, how do you cope with all of the pressure in terms of hate and everything that goes on?
Quite easily, from a very basic thing. I know what my intent is, and I'm very grounded in it. And I deploy enormous amounts of empathy to my haters.
Hi, haters, hey.
When somebody leaves a comment that I'm a charlatan or a snake oil salesman, or my daddy gave me the money to build the liquor store and I shouldn't be listened to, I understand why they say that. I know it's not true. It feeds me in a very good way. And so for me, to be very honest with you, it's been very easy because when your intent is pure, I think about succeeding in one very simple story. There are two ways, my friends, to build the biggest building in town. Step number one. Just build the biggest building in town.
Hey. Just
Build the biggest building in town. Step number one. Just build the biggest building in town.
Just
Build the biggest building in town. Step number two.
Hey.
Build a decent-sized building and then spend all your time trying to tear everybody else's building around you down so you end up being the biggest building in town. My friend, 95% of people try to do number two. But when you know you can build the fucking biggest building in town, you do that. You do that. And so because I know what my intent is, I just don't value anybody's opinion about me, including my parents and wife and children, more than I value my opinion about myself. Just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town. Step number one. Just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town. Just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town. Step number one. Just build the biggest building in town. Build the biggest building in town.
Yo, make some noise for Gary V. All them wave emojis right now. Then I want more wave emojis. I'm greedy for wave emojis. For Scott Adams and Norm Macdonald. Okay. You did.
Here we are. It's the beginning of another great day. A sunny summer day. It's the best day.
It is.
For you know what.
August 1st, baby. 1 month of summer left. 1 month of summer.
A quote from Norm Macdonald. to be able to see is that the world is, and always has been, a battle of good versus good.
Don't I know it? Yo, shouts out to 123G, says Westwood all summer, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Shouts out to Tim Westwood. What a guy. Wow.
This is actually really profound. This is the situation we find ourselves in. There are not two sides in which one is good and one is evil. There are two sides in which one feels that it is good and it believes, incorrectly, that the other one is evil. But both sides are pretty sure that their version of the world is the good one. Wow. The world is, and always has been, a battle of good versus good. Versus good. Versus good.
Don't I know it? Hey,
Versus good.
hey.
Versus
This is good. That's right, baby. Yo, J Pa says, really like this one. J Pa, you're smart. Yo. 123G says, listen to this while watching UFC, oddly beautiful. Of course. Of course, smashing on yes. This track is fire. Of course. Don't I know it? Don't I know it? Yeah, that track's bomb. Shouts out to that track. Shouts out to Scott Adams, who's on that track. Gave his permission to be on that track. Shout out to Norm Macdonald, who's on that track. Gave his permission to be on that track. Look out for a full Norm Macdonald Meaningwave this year. Don't I know it? Make some noise in the chat for that. Flood that chat. Wave emojis on fleek.
And so, as a result of there always being a kind of gap, that's the gap, you know, like where the electric spark jumps. That's the thing behind your head, behind your eyes that you could never get to look at. It's the gap. And because of that little gap, the circle doesn't just revolve in a dull way, just go round and round and round like a boring thing. It has rhythm. See, if I
gotta rewind this. I always have to do this. Every time I play that song, someone gets confused. And Bruce Turquoise says, what? What'd you say? Is Scott Adams calling Jocko stupid? An idiot? Is Scott Adams calling Jocko an idiot? Jocko believes that the world is a story between good and evil. Yeah, that's not the point. The point that Norm Macdonald made and Scott Adams was quoting there, and it's a point that's been made by various people, and I've put it in a whole different bunch of Meaningwave records. Both sides think they're good. It's not that both sides are good. Both sides think they're good. Most people operating on whatever sides it is of the thing think they're good. They don't think that I'm Skeletor, blah, ha 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 ha. I'm an evil villainous villain. They think they're good. Historically, they always thought they were good. That's why we have that Jocko song. It's a Jocko song. Jocko makes the point. We have a Jocko song on the Meaningwave Christmas album about the Christmas truce. You know, and the soldiers, the Germans and the British, they declare a little truce, stop shooting at each other from the trenches on Christmas and play a game of football. And the British soldiers go speak to the German ones, and they discover the German ones think they're the good guys. We're fighting for our freedom, they say. We're fighting for our families. We're fighting for the fatherland. You know, that's the point. That's the point. That's what it is, you see. It's not saying that evil doesn't exist. Of course evil exists. Unless you're like willfully naive and half blind, you've seen evil. But the point is that the sides always think they're the good ones. And the goodier the side thinks it is, the more convinced it is of its rightness and its ability to do whatever because of its rightness, and that's where it gets scary. We have a song from Alan Watts about that, about bewaring of virtue, why you should beware of virtue. Because historically, it's those people who think that they're completely in the right that will do the worst damn things, baby. And Dan was right in that point. Oh, and as for the question, was Norm always in the song? He wasn't always in the song. He got added to the song after I had a nice chat with him. Don't I know it?
And so, as a result of there always being a kind of gap, that's the gap, you know, like where the electric spark jumps. That's the thing behind your head, behind your eyes that you could never get to look at. It's the gap. And because of that little gap, the circle doesn't just revolve in a dull way, just go round and round and round like a boring thing. It has rhythm. See, if I say, no rhythm. See, it's just one long sound. After a while we say, oh, cut it out. Or we just become insensitive to it. What we want to hear is the break in it, you see. And we want to hear it go on, off, and vanish, and come back again, and so on. And it sets up a rhythm. That becomes interesting. That's putting gaps between. See? You need those gaps. You need those gaps. See? You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. And behind that was another rhythm doing a rhythm. So now you see it, now you don't.
Now you see it?
Now you don't.
Hey.
Oh, that's pretty dull.
Pretty dull.
So now you see it, now you don't. Now you see it, now you don't.
Oh, that's pretty dull.
So what we're going to do is this. We're going to have you see it 3 times, and then with a regular not see it between them. Then there's going to be a longer not see it after that one. And then I'm going to do something very complicated after that so that you don't really know when it's going to come next. So there's going to be a surprise. You know how we all do that? You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. And behind that there's another rhythm doing a rhythm. And interesting people are those who do this in very involved ways. Dull people, sort of people who put their hats on absolutely straight, are the kind of people, for example, who have the same meal every day. Exactly the same thing, always. See? Have no inventiveness.
Steak.
They have the same routine, they go to the same office.
2 mini streams a day.
Letters, and that's that.
Yeah.
See?
What are you saying, Alan?
If they want to start up a more interesting kind of business and make more money,
That's a good idea.
should we take the people who make clothes, figure out fashion? It's going to be a new thing for ladies, a new style. We're going to make them do long skirts instead of the short skirts. Like this. Then finally they thought about having topless women. They're going to play around with that and have an absolutely scandalous ball. But that's the whole thing, you see. It's this thing of rhythm. And yes, you ask, well, I see that. What is doing this rhythm? Who am I? And as you explore deeper and deeper and deeper into the nature of yourself, you find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm. Rhythm doing a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. You find that you're a rhythm doing a rhythm. And behind that was another rhythm doing a rhythm. Your vibration. And who is doing all this? And who is doing all this? Why, he just came around very well. We were looking for him and he vanished. And who is doing all this? And who is doing all this? Why, he just came around very well. We were looking for him and he vanished. Who's
Who's doing all this? Yeah, yeah. And who's doing all this? Who's doing all this? Hey.
And then just...
Who's doing all this? What up, 1, 2, 3, G? I'm moving to a different continent soon. I would be lying if I said I wasn't anxious, but I feel like a whole new world awaits. Yo, baby, that's the best feeling. Like, new city feeling is good, but new continent feeling, that's the best feeling on earth, baby. That's amazing.
Just when we weren't looking for him again, there he is.
That's going to be so epic. It's one of the best things you can do in a life, and you don't get to do it very often. Some people never get it. Some people never get to experience that. Get after it, baby.
Situation.
Hey.
Is what's called life.
You dig? That's life, baby. Test pressings of the What's Wave of vinyl will be arriving here any day now. Very exciting times. Meaningwave exists! Wow. Blessed be, baby.
The three transformations of the spirit. That's Nietzsche. That's the prologue to Thus Spake Zarathustra. When you are a child, when you are young, you are a camel. The camel gets down on its knees and says, put a load on me. This is obedience. This is receiving the instruction and information that your society knows you must have in order to live a competent life. When the camel is well loaded, he gets up on his feet and runs out into the desert, where he becomes transformed into a lion. The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion. The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion. The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion. The function of the lion is to kill a dragon. And the name of the dragon is Thou Shalt. And on every scale of the dragon there is a Thou Shalt imprinted. Some of it comes from 2,000 years, 4,000 years ago. Some of it comes from yesterday morning's newspaper headline. When the dragon is killed, the lion is transformed into a child. An innocent child living out of its own dynamic. Nietzsche uses the term ein aus sich rollendes Rad, a wheel rolling out of its own center. That's what you become. That is the mature individual. The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion. The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion. The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion. The function of a lion is to kill a dragon. The Thou Shalt is the civilizing force. It turns a human animal into a civilized human being. But then the one who is thrown off the Thou Shalt is still a civilized human being. You see, he has been humanized, you might say, by the Thou Shalt system. Though his performance now as a child is not simply childlike at all. He has assimilated the culture and thrown it off as a Thou Shalt. But this is the way in any artwork. You go to work and study an art. You study the techniques. You study all the rules. And the rules are put upon you by a teacher. Then there comes a time of using the rules, not being used by them. Do you understand what I'm saying? The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion. The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion. The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion. The function of the lion is to kill the dragon. The heavier the load, the more powerful the lion.
The heavier the load, the more powerful the line. The heavier the load, the more powerful the line. The function of a lion is to kill a dragon. What up, baby? Make some noise for that unreleased Joseph Campbell. We're about to play something new from the Joe Rogan album very soon. Shouts out to Pissio Cat. Get after it, baby. Wanted that Charles Bukowski. We'll see what we can do, baby. What up, Hentai Warhol Z? Baby Grace. Shouts out to Baby Grace. Baby Grace and I are jerking as usual. Scott Adams, much love done. Much love to the whole Hentai Warhol Z family. Yeah, what up, Ravens Gay? It says, I just delivered via Amazon to a man with my dead brother's exact name. I'm taking it as a signpost. Not sure what the message is, but I'm listening. Ooh. Told you, baby. Synchronicities are signposts. Personally, I use them to navigate, and they let me know when I'm in the right direction. Like when you're playing a game, like a video game, you know, and you have to move the controller and it starts to buzz a bit if you're going in the right direction. And the closer you get to the thing you're looking for, the more it buzzes. I find synchronicities to operate like that. For me, you get a little one. Ooh, I'm warm. You get a few more, you're getting warmer, you're getting warmer. The more you get, the deeper you are into your path. The closer you are to the path, the deeper into the zone that you're meant to be in. As they start to fade, they start to slow down, you're drifting away. This is what I have found to be the case in my circumstance. This is not scientific, this has not been peer-reviewed in a paper or whatever it is those guys do, I don't even know. I just know in my experience, that's what happens. You dig? And I'm not the only one. Shouts out to Malcolm X, he had a similar experience. He used to say that when he noticed synchronicities in his life, that would mean he was walking with Allah. I told you this before. Grant Morrison says that noticing synchronicities is the first step towards becoming a chaos magician. Sounds like the same things to me. Feels like it works. But if it feels like it works, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Yeah! G says, do we have a Meaningwave subreddit yet? We could organize an IRL meetup there, would be biblical. There's a Discord, you can go there. There is a Meaningwave subreddit, I don't know who set it up. I don't know anything about it, so I couldn't vouch for that. There's an Akira the Don subreddit as well. But probably the most active is the Discord. The link should be in the description of this broadcast. I think it is. If it's not, YouTube Hero Alex will post it. He's very good at doing things like that. Hey, what's up, baby? We got Val Venus in the house. Says shouts out to Akira the Don for knocking out Suge Knight. My old mortal enemy Suge Knight, who threatened me and warned me never to come to Los Angeles. As you all know, I lived in Los Angeles for 5 years until a couple of weeks ago. And my exit had nothing to do with Suge Knight.
One of the things that's happened in our society...
Guess I won that one, Suge Knight.
...seem to have concluded that strong men are dangerous. And that's partly because we think Western culture is a tyrannical patriarchy, and the only reason you get to the top is because you misuse power. So all the men who are at the top of the hierarchy are all misusing their power and they're all tyrannical. And all the guys who have the aim and ambition to achieve that are just tyrants in training. That's sort of the basic attitude that we have towards our own culture and towards young men now. Everything about that is pathological and inexcusable and shameful.
You know, I used to watch kids skateboard. I liked watching those kids. I like watching skateboarders do those crazy things because they're trying to become competent. They're facing danger. They don't want the damn protective kit. It's like, no, I don't want to wear a helmet. I want to expose myself to this danger. It's not that I'm stupid. And the kids are often shooed away. It's like, wait a sec. They're practicing being courageous. They're practicing mastering something in the face of danger. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding.
Dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave their kids alone. Yeah. Hey, teacher, leave their kids alone.
Because they needed some danger. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. You go see a gymnast, and like the gymnast does a flawless routine. Everybody claps like mad. The judges say 9.9. And then the next person comes up and they're screwed. It's like 9.9. It was basically perfect. How can you do better than perfect? And then they do it. You can do better than perfect. They're on the edge. And they go out there and you know, you watch them, you feel it in your body.
everything they do is that much farther out into chaos than anything they've ever done, pushing themselves to the absolute limit of their ability. Tell with every gesture, they're that close to making a mistake. They take it with confidence and put everything on the line. When they land in a way that's unlike perfect. It's perfect plus. And everybody immediately leaps to their feet. And like they get a chill. And so what you've just seen is awe-inspiring. You've seen someone courageously move past perfection into the unknown. And not only ennoble themselves more, but to ennoble humanity itself. Up on your feet. It's like, yes! And then it's tens. They win the goal. Well, everyone knows what that's like. It's like a great music performance. That's being in that place where everything lines up. It's better than perfect. It's better than perfect. It's better than perfect.
Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Don't bother children. Don't bother children. Don't bother children when they're skateboarding.
Does complacency come with age, and do I have the urge to back off?
Back off!
Negative.
Negative.
Negative. Back off? Not happening. I hear that I'm over 40, I'm pushing 50, whatever. Bring it. Back off? Negative. Not happening. In fact, I'm stepping it up. I'm training harder, eating cleaner. I'm training more. I'm learning and reading and studying more now than I ever have in my whole life. Do I get dinged up? Of course I do. Do I take some injuries? Yeah. You know what? No factor. No factor. Deal with them. You know what? You know what I hear? I hear the clock ticking. That's what I hear. And the end is nigh. And time waits for no man.
With everything you got. With everything you got, 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 every fight. Whoa, like that ticking clock. With everything you got.
You young guns out there, 18 years old, 20 years old, 24 years old, listen. Life goes by, and it goes by quick. Don't waste those years. Don't waste them. Live them. I know that you don't think you're gonna live to be 30, much less 40, but you are and you will. And the earlier you get in the game and get on track, the better life you're gonna have. Healthier, wealthier, stronger, smarter, better. Better. And if you're an old man like me, and you haven't gotten on track yet, get on track. Get on it now.
Whoa, that ticking clock. With everything you got. Like that ticking clock. With everything you got. 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 Every fight. Like that ticking clock. With everything you got.
Everyone listening to this, here's the deal. No complacency. No complacency. No backing off. No slack whatsoever. Fight.
everything you got, everything you got. Whoa! Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Aye. 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 Blah, blah. What is divine deserves our respect because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. What is divine deserves our respect because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. Aye, nothing is more pathetic than people who run around in circles, delving into the things that lie beneath, or conducting an investigation to the souls of the people around them, when all you have to do is pay attention to the power inside you and worship it sincerely. Keep it becoming muddled with turmoil, becoming aimless and dissatisfied with nature. Yo, just worship it sincerely. Keep it becoming muddled with turmoil, becoming aimless and dissatisfied with nature. Divine and human, because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. What is divine deserves our respect because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. Hey, hey! Blah! Oh, them wave emojis for Marcus Aurelius. Oh, them Marcus Aurelius emojis for Marcus Aurelius. Yo, and I pity too. And I pity too. And I pity too. And I pity too. And I pity too, sometimes for its inability to tell good from bad is terrible. A blindness that's the kind that can't tell white from black. Even if you're gonna live 3,000 more years or 10 times that, remember, you can't lose another life than this one. You can't live better than you're losing. Longest amounts to the same as the shortest. Its lust is the same for everyone. Its lust is the same for everyone. And it should be clear that a brief instant is all that is lust. Cause you can't lose either past or the future. Aye, how could you lose what you don't have? Aye, remember two things. One, everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same, but it keeps recurring. Aye, aye, everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same. Everything has always been the same, and it keeps recurring. What is divine deserves our respect because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. What is divine deserves our respect because it is good. What is human deserves our affection because it is like us. Hey! Oh, them wave emojis right now. Flood the chat. You do it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Everything has always been the same. 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 Everything is A. The longest lived and those who will die soon is less the same thing. The present is all they can give up. The present is all they can give up. Since that's all you have, and what you do not have, you cannot lose. Aye. Since that's all you have, and what you do not have, you cannot lose. That's all you have, and what you do not have, you cannot lose. Yes. Woo! Meaningstream 139, baby, we in the house. Joshua Cook says I'm leveling up. I think we all are, baby.
Akira.
I think that's the repercussions.
He's got clout.
Everybody's different. Everybody's similar, but everybody's different.
Uh-huh.
And your attitude has a giant effect, not just on your life, but on other people's lives around you. That's the other thing about it. Those I can't catch a break guys,
get them the fuck away from me.
I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't wanna hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't wanna hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't wanna hear that shit.
I don't know. Because everybody has bad breaks. I don't want shit ton of bad breaks. But you know what I did?
What?
Stayed up. And I thought through it. And I figured out what the fuck I did wrong. and then I went back. It's like, I fucked up everything I've ever done 100 times. There's no other way to do it.
But you gotta realize when you have those shitty breaks what that is.
It's an opportunity for you to reassess, reboot, get better, figure out another way, find another way through. It's just challenges. And the people that look at those challenges go, why always have these challenges? They're cancer. Those people are dangerous to be around. They will rob you of your enthusiasm. They don't give you any fuel. They're the opposite of fuel. The fuel people kicking ass. People that are out there just fucking hustling. Always getting things done. Always getting things done. My friend Jocko, every morning I'll check his Instagram page, 4:30, shows a picture of his watch. Get after it. Get after it. He's out there working out 4:30 in the morning. Does it every fucking morning. Why? Perfect. Because he doesn't want to. Fine. That's how you do it. You go and get after it. Don't make any excuses. And those kind of guys are fuel. But those I can't catch a break guys, they're the opposite of fuel. They're just pissing on your fire. They're no fun. Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't wanna hear that shit. I don't wanna hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't wanna hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't wanna hear that shit. 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 Get them the fuck away from me. The people that surround them are all idiots. Because only idiots want to be around I can't catch a break guy. Only the dummies stick around. After a while, even if they're your good friend, you gotta be like, bro, you gotta fucking stop. You gotta stop with all this I can't catch a break bullshit. All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream. You could be instead figuring out what you're doing wrong, trying to improve certain aspects of your life, getting your shit together, reading a book, meditating, something. Fucking something. Something. Fucking something. But this I can't catch a break shit is not helping anybody. And it pushes everybody away from you. Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't wanna hear that shit. I don't wanna hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't wanna hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't wanna hear that shit. Hey, hey. I don't wanna hear that shit. I don't wanna hear that shit. I don't wanna hear that shit. Get them the fuck away from me. Yeah.
Yo. Make some noise, baby. I wanna hear. And I wanna see all them Rogan emojis right now. All them beautiful purple heads. Flood the chat with them purple heads. If you wanna hear a brand new track from the Akira the Don and Joe Rogan album, if you wanna hear a brand new track right now, I wanna see you flood that chat. Let's back up that solo, it's so good. Oh! Immortal banger alert. Immortal banger that just hit Spotify and all streaming services. You can listen to that now, whenever you want. And very soon you'll be able to listen to the whole blessed album whenever you want, baby. More purple heads. We need more purple heads if you're gonna hear this new song. That ain't enough purple heads, baby. That's how it works now. Don't make me go get the shotty. There you go, baby. There you go. There you go. Get after it. Get ye after it. So spoke the Lord.
Whoa. The idea, the big one, is the stoned ape theory. Terence McKenna's theory was the reason why the human brain size doubled over a period of 2 million years, and he equates it to the time where the climate changed and rainforests receded into grasslands, and these monkeys climbed down from trees, started experimenting with new food sources. They would flip over cow patties to find like bugs and beetles and shit. When they saw mushrooms growing on the cow patties, certain groups of these monkeys started eating these mushrooms. Two things happened. One, it increased their visual acuity and made them be able to see much better. And then the other thing that happened is it made them horny. So here you have these better hunters. They can see things better. They can throw things and they're more accurate. And then they're horny, so they're gonna fuck. And then, of course, if they're eating plates of these fucking things, they're gonna have psychedelic experiences. And if you're a monkey, maybe, and if you have psychedelic experiences every day, it's like a force-fed evolution thing. It's like a force-fed evolution thing. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. If we figure out eventually we are all one thing, these spores are all like, they can go in a vacuum in space. They can travel in extreme cold and extreme heat. They can absorb radiation and not get damaged. And they can travel from other planets. Like if a meteor hits, a chunk of this planet can get knocked off, gets sent flying into space, and it lands on another planet. And those spores get to give birth on this planet and just communicate with all the animals that are here. When you have a DMT trip, it feels like communication with intent, but with no words. I understand exactly what you're saying, but I understand it more as a wave. It's like a very clear and obvious wave of information. One of the times I had this DMT trip, the DMT things, they always say a bunch of the same thing. Relax and don't give in to astonishment. But they're not using words. That's the next shit, man. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. Starting to look at this, they're starting to back off, starting to look up at the sky. They're starting to look to the left and look to the right and go, whoa, what the fuck is this? What is this thing we're doing here? Because this isn't just, we're living life. In the beginning, Bob was a baby. Bob went to high school, then college. He played a bit of football before settling down with his... No. That's just shit we made up to make ourselves feel more comfortable. I mean, those events are actually taking place. Bob is going to school, but that doesn't mean shit, okay? What really means something is we're flying through the fucking universe. Flying through the fucking universe. We're in space. We are in a ship. It's an organic ship. We're not on the ground. We're not on the ground. We're flying. I'm afraid to be in space in a spaceship. You're on a spaceship right now. It's just fucking huge. It's a 24,000 mile across spaceship. Okay, it's a spaceship. That's what it is. Okay, it's a spaceship. We're not grounded. It's not like the universe is a solid mass and we're sitting on it. We're flying. We are right now hurling and we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour around a massive nuclear explosion. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space.
You dig?
Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. This is Akira the Don and Jay Rogan from their new album coming soon to headphones, speaker systems, all that near you. All that near you. Ooh. Yeah, that one's a lot. That one is a lot. Bruh. He makes videos. What's Cracker Baby says, this song makes my pipe rock hard. I read that wrong. I read that as my pipe rock. I was like, oh, it was a pipe rock, and then I saw the bit after. Yo, you're playing with fire, baby. Mashonas, what's cracking? Vanessa, what's cracking? Vanessa, psychedelic experiences every day. Every day. Every day. That's right. That's right, baby. That's one of them peak ones. Yo, John Cook says this song is fire. That's facts. Bless F-E up. Samuel Morris said Joe Rogan featuring Terrence McKenna. Not in this instance, but well, it's kind of featuring Terrence McKenna because he's talking about Terrence McKenna. Chris Champagne says stay gold, pony boy. I used to love that book. The Outsiders. What's the name? Sheila something. I used to love that book. Hey. Triode, maybe the world is a psychedelic experience and we just don't realize it. Don't we? I don't know. I mean, some of us think it is. Sammy Morris says, unspeakably bizarre. Yes. John Cook says, I'm tripping right now because of this. I feel you, baby. Pissio Cat says, epic. Glenn Bonnet, Joe Monkey in Space, Rogan. That's right. Triode says, this song is intense as fuck. Yes, it is. John Cook says, hold on to your seat. Yes, yes. John Cook, I says Akira the Legend. John Cook the Legend, God bless. Savage Chill says, I'm looking forward to an album with this in it. Yeah, me too. By the way, that's not the final version. I played it on the morning show and I was like, ooh, I should change this. And I just played it just now and there's a few things I want to change. But the whole record is signed off on, from... you know, the making of it side of things, mixing, mastering, all that. Tomorrow Sunday? I'll say Monday. Yeah, Monday is like last day. No more wiggling after Monday. It is what it is, set in stone. You know, the good thing about my ridiculous hyper-productivity thing is the way regular people make records is they fiddle around with them fucking ages. You know, the mixing and all that, oh, change those. I can't do that because it's just like, no, it's got to come out. I ain't got time. I can't sit there wiggling with it. It just is what it is, baby. It has to come out, you know? Because you'd keep wiggling with it forever. I always say this to young people when they're asking me about, like, becoming producers and stuff. I'll be like, well, one of the most important things is just to keep making new stuff. Because every time you do a new thing, you improve. Every time you do a new project, you improve in some way because you learn a new skill, you try things from a different angle, this, that, or the other. A lot of producers or musicians and that get fucked up because they get stuck on one thing. They'll just be like slaving away on this one record forever, you know, trying to make it perfect. Perfection doesn't exist. And the simple reason that's true is that you change. Maybe just a tiny bit, but you change every day, which means what's perfect to you today will not be tomorrow. So if you're sat there trying to make this record perfect, you're just chasing your ass for eternity. It's impossible. At some point, you just got to let it go. And as soon as you let it go, you can do another thing, and it's another thing where you'll learn the most. You learn most of what you're going to learn in, say, one song or one project or whatever, like in the first stages of that project. You know, you might learn a little bit later on, but most of it's in that first burst. Most of the information is contained within that, you know? So if you keep doing new things, do a new thing, you keep learning, you keep getting better. You will accelerate towards greatness at a much greater speed than if you sit there laboring over the one thing for ages, you know? That's why all my shit is imperfect. But I got tons of shit, baby. And, you know, it's at a point now where it used to be that I couldn't listen to any of my old stuff. It was just too imperfect. But now it's like, all Meaningwave is fantastic. I can happily listen to it all. It's all great. And even though it'd be like, I would mix that different now, I would slightly change that. The kick drum I might make a bit louder or whatever, but like the intent is right and the is right, baby. And a lot of those imperfections and shit actually gives it character. You know, a lot of those imperfections is the character. You know, the obstacle is the way. You know, the fuck up is the flavor. Yeah. The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react. Hey. He must. Yo, nice one for you supporting people. Thank you, One Slick Mama. Thank you, Chris Champagne. Thank you, Walking Mall Poet. And thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kailash Rascal Nekov says, and you know what, Akira the Don? It seems like it works. It feels like it works. Feels like it works. What up, John Mega New? Says, stay fire, bro. Yo, we do our best, baby. Thank you for being here, you bad man. Blech. Yeah, that Good Feeling merch collection is out now. Meaningwave.com. The link should be in the description of this broadcast. Go get that good feeling, get that good new merch. We got shorts, baby. We got shorts. Feels like it works when you got shorts, you dig? We got regular shorts and swimming shorts if you want to go jump in a lake like a righteous beast.
Now the third function of a mythological tradition is to validate and maintain a certain moral order. Now these moral orders greatly differ from one society to another. For example, the requirements of a hunting community are very, very different from the primitive planting community. What of the young men and women is in each case quite different. Likewise, in a complex society of differentiated tasks with professional doctors, medical men, astronomers, scientists, governing people, trading people, all of these coordinated in one society, we have a quite different social problem, quite different moral problem from that of a simple primitive community.
The individual must be shaped.
He must be made to react in the way that I cause you want to. The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that I cause you want to.
And so there is this variation from society to society in terms of the social orders. Now, some of these social orders are extremely ruthless and fierce in their requirements and extremely narrow in their demands. Individuals may be thus divorced, separated, so to say, from their own nature. Read some of the descriptions in the anthropological works of the primitive initiation rites in order to test their courage, in order to integrate them in the social group. Now, most societies are extremely dogmatic and fierce in their integration of the individual. The individual is born as a separate entity. He is carved up, so to say, and made to fit into a pattern that the society requires. It doesn't require a total man. It requires a part man. Not an individual, but a dividual. Someone who has been divided up and put into a notch.
The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react
in the way that I cause you want to.
the most primitive societies already. Nature produces this wonderfully rich being, full of possibilities. The society, I cannot blame society, it requires a certain specific limited type. It's got to have that, otherwise it can't exist. And so the individual is, so to say, carved in shape. Scarified, his teeth knocked out, his body is changed so that he'll know, I'm a member of this group, not that group. The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that that culture wants. The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that that culture wants.
The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in a way that that culture wants to. The individual must be shaped. Must be made to react in a way that that culture wants to. Hey.
going on and on. Supposing my finger were indefinitely long, both fingers, they're just crossing each other. Now on one side of it, it's a pair of scissors, and it cuts. What is it on the other side? Why, it's opening female legs, saying, please come in. 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 One side of it, it's a pair of scissors. What is it on the other side? Utter softness, utter receptiveness. On the other side, it's but on this side, it's please, 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 yes, yes, yes. Well, and everything's mixed on that. See? It's this way. Sharpness, teeth, biting, spines, crab shells, all that kind of thing, you know? On the other side, it's the melting softness of life. Hey. Please come in. 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 One side, it's a pair of scissors. What is it on the other side? So, if you see that, if you get that principle, you can feel yourself not sort of just rattling around in the world as a kind of somebody who's been stuck down there. But you can feel yourself going on in absolutely exact relationship with everything around you. Please come in. 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 One side, it's a pair of scissors. What is it on the other side? Please come in. 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 One side is a pair of scissors.
desert on the other side.
Yeah. Make some noise for Alan Watts, make some noise for Akira the Don, and even Madonna. Even Madonna. She might be a lunatic at this point in her life, but she was good. When she was good, baby. And her additions to that version of that record, we are appreciative for. So make some noise for the whole blessed lot of them. Aye, aye.
And the moral is that the realization of your bliss, your true being, comes when you have put aside passing moment with its terror and with its temptations and its statement of requirements of life. That you should live this way. Well, I always tell my students, follow your bliss. Woo! Follow your bliss.
Hey. I say follow your bliss and don't be afraid. Follow your bliss and don't be afraid. And doors will open where you didn't know they were gonna be.
Your bliss, where the deep sense of being informed, going where your body and soul want to go. When you have that feeling, then stay with it and don't let anyone throw you off. One fine evening, I was in my favorite restaurant. At a table was sitting a father, a mother, and a scrawny little boy, about 12 years old. The father says to the boy, "Drink your tomato juice." The boy says, "I don't want to." The father, with a louder voice, says, "Drink your tomato juice." And the mother says, "Don't make him do what he doesn't want to do." Father looks at her and he says, "He can't go through life doing what he wants to do. If he does only what he wants to do, he'll be dead. Look at me. I've never done the thing I wanted to in all my life." Follow your bliss. Follow your bliss. I say follow your bliss and don't be afraid. Follow your bliss and don't be afraid. And doors will open where you didn't know they were gonna be. A poet is one who's made a profession and a lifestyle of being in touch with that. Most people have to be concerned with other things. They get themselves involved in economic and other activities, or you're drafted into a war that isn't the one you're interested in. Most people living in that realm of occasional concerns, they all have the capacity that's waiting to be awakened. Well, we're having experiences all the time, which may, on occasion, render some sense of this, a little intuition of where your joy is. Grab it. No one can tell you what it's going to be. You've got to learn to recognize your own depths. Follow your bliss.
Oh!
Follow your bliss.
I said follow your bliss and don't be afraid. Follow your bliss and don't be afraid. And doors will open where you didn't know they were gonna be. Follow your bliss.
It's miraculous. If you do follow your bliss, you put yourself on a kind of track that has been there all the while waiting for you. And the life that you ought to be living is the one you're living. When you can see it, you begin to deal with people who are in the field of your bliss, and they open doors to you right there, wherever you are. If you're following your bliss, follow your bliss. Follow your bliss. Say follow your bliss and don't be afraid. Follow your bliss and don't be afraid. And doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be. Follow your bliss. Follow your bliss. I say follow your bliss and don't be afraid. Follow your bliss and don't be afraid. And doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be.
Make some noise to Joseph Campbell. Once again, I beg you don't get it confused.
Akira.
He's got clout.
Follow your bliss does not mean lie on the couch, eat an ice cream. That's not what it means. It means get in alignment with your highest self, with your true nature, with your purpose, with your reason for existence. Everybody has a part to play. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a very, very important thing, a very important space to occupy in the cosmos. Your bliss will lead you to that true bliss. And that ain't sitting on the couch eating chips, baby, no. You already know that, but I just gotta remind y'all sometimes, because people get it twisted. Love my family. 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 Love my family, truth and justice.
Love my family.
Truth and justice.
Love my family.
Truth and justice.
Love my family.
Truth and justice. Love my family, truth and justice. Love my family. Truth and justice. Love my family. Truth and justice. Love my family. Truth and justice. Truth and justice. Truth and justice. Truth and justice. Yo, my brother Severus. It was through him I encountered Thracia, Helvidius, Saito, Dion, Brutus, and conceived of a society of equal laws governed by equality of status and of speech, and of rulers who respect the liberty of their subjects above all else, and from him as well to be steady and consistent in valuing philosophy, and to help others, and be eager to share, not be a pessimist, never to doubt your friends' affection for you. And when people incurred, his disapproval, yes, they always knew it. Yeah, they always knew it. And that his friends never had to speculate about his attitude to anything. It was always clear. Love my family, truth and justice. 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 Love my family, to help others and be good to share. 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 Yeah, Maximus. Self-control and resistance to distractions. Optimism in adversity, especially illness. A personality in balance. Dignity and grace together. Doing your job without whining. Hey. Other people's certainties that what he said was what he thought, and what he did was done without malice. Never taken aback or apprehensive, neither rash nor hesitant, or bewildered, or at a loss. Not obsequious, but not aggressive or paranoid either. Generosity, charity, honesty, the sense he gave of staying on the path, not being kept on it. that no one could ever be patronized by him or in a position to patronize him. A sense of humor. Hey. Love my family, truth and justice. 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 Love my family, to help others and be eager to share. 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 Make some noise for Marcus Aurelius. Flood that chat with your Marcus Aurelius emojis if you got. If you don't, then hit that wave.
I really think, people should give other people the benefit of the doubt. And assume that they're good until proven otherwise. And I think, really, most people are actually pretty good people. Nobody's perfect.
Most people are good. Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Most people are good.
They have to be.
Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Most people are good. Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Most people are good.
They have to be.
Most people are good.
The vast majority.
I mean, strangely, I think a lot of people don't like humanity and see it as a blight. But I do not. This may sound corny, but love is the answer.
Love is the answer.
Love is the answer. Wouldn't hurt to have more love in the world.
Most people are good. Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Most people are good.
They have to be.
Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Most people are good. Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Most people are good.
They have to be.
Most people are good.
The vast majority.
I think,
I think
people should be nicer to each other. And give more credit to others. And don't assume that they're mean until you know they're actually mean. It's easy to demonize people. You're usually wrong about it. People are nicer than you think.
Most people are good. Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Most people are good.
They have to be.
Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Most people are good. Most people are good.
The vast majority.
Most people are good.
They have to be.
Most people are good.
The vast majority. Alright. Make some noise for Elon Musk. Yeah, word around town is he is also moving to Texas.
This may sound corny.
Hurrah! But love is the answer. Love is the answer.
Love is the answer.
Hey!
Wouldn't hurt to have more love in the world.
Blah! Blah!
May sound corny, but love is the answer.
Love is the answer.
Love is the answer.
That's right, MAZ. You beautiful thing, you out there in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone.
Love is the answer.
I am so glad you're here. We're all glad you're here. All of us here in the MAZ are glad that you are here. Because you are beautiful and you are great.
Wouldn't hurt to have more love in the world.
Yeah! Now remember,
So music.
it is the doing of itself
Non-purposive.
that is important.
Because you don't either play music to reach a destination, nor do you dance to reach a particular place on the floor. It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music.
It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Because after all, if the object of music were to gain a certain destination, those orchestras that played fastest would be considered the best. The best.
Akira.
Dancing and music, more than other arts, represent the nature of this world. The nature of this world. That it is playful, that it is sport. That it may be sincere, but is definitely not serious. And as G.K. Chesterton well put it once, the angels fly because they take themselves lightly.
Oh! Oh!
Music.
It is the doing of it itself that is important. Yeah. Music. Hey.
It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Hey.
Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music.
The angels fly because they take themselves lightly. Makes noise out of what? And the doing of it itself. The doing of it itself. That's what's important, baby. If you don't do stuff.
Because they take themselves lightly.
I don't know about that.
Why not?
Some of them maybe.
What, some of the angels?
But I think some of them just don't have discipline.
What, the angels don't have discipline?
There's also an issue with momentum. You're not used to doing it. It's not a part of your life. It's
being an angel.
You're accustomed to pushing yourself.
That's fair.
Many days where I didn't want to work out.
Okay.
I just didn't feel like I had the energy, and I just forced myself. And I think there's very few people out there that know how to force themselves. That's a learned skill. You have to have like real rigid requirements of yourself where you don't allow yourself to back out of things.
Oh! Do something. 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 Do something.
Excuses are a giant part of the problem. It's not simply a physical health issue. There's also mental aspects of it, and discipline's a big one. I just know way too many people who are weak mentally. I can't just chalk it off to only the way they physically feel. Because I felt like shit 100 times, and then I worked out, and then I felt way better. It's just a fact of life. That's real.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
People don't know how to do that.
Something.
If you're used to doing
something,
get in your car,
sit down,
drive to the office,
sit down,
go to the lunch,
sit down,
go to the board meeting,
sit down,
get in your car,
sit down,
get home,
sit down,
then go to the gym.
Haha.
Fuck off. It's one thing if someone has a legit physical issue, but there's a lot of people who do not. They just have poor diet choices, they have a sedentary lifestyle, and they have the momentum of this sedentary lifestyle that's holding them back. They're accustomed to being lazy. You don't have to do a lot. You just have to do something. You walk up hills, you jump a little rope, you take a little tiny kettlebell, you do a couple cleans and presses, you do a few push-ups, you do a few sit-ups, you get your blood pumping, you're moving, you're alive. To say you don't have enough energy to exercise, that is crazy to say. Can you walk to the fucking refrigerator? Yes. Well, you can exercise.
Do something. 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 Do something.
You don't have to do anything crazy. Just walk around the block. There's 80-year-old ladies who take yoga with me. They're fucking really old. And they're in there. They're going after it. They can easily say, I don't have the energy to do that. But they don't. It's a mental attitude. They make a decision. To kill yourself, you don't have to go to a CrossFit class and try to do the workout of the day. You don't have to go nuts. You don't have to do that. But you have to do something. Just get your blood moving. Your body has requirements. It wants to move. It wants to move. And when it does, you feel better. But people like to give themselves this excuse. I do not have the energy to do this. Whatever. If you decide that, that's true. But if you watch a motivational video, there's 100 of them on YouTube. Thousands even. You go watch one, you get fired up, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna jump some rope. You jump some rope, do something, do some push-ups, do something. You feel better.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
You have fucked up lifestyles. The human body is not designed to sit down all day. And it's certainly not designed to be stuck in traffic and be in an office and just be in front of a fucking computer monitor watching your soul get sucked through the LCD screen. It's crazy. We gotta be really careful with just the way we describe things. It's like say, I don't have the energy to do something.
Hey!
Stop.
Stop! Wave time. What's cracking, baby? This has been Mean and Stream. This has been that Mean and Stream number 139. 139 days of getting after it, baby. Shoot, 139 days in a row. We ain't taking no days off, not one. We've been here, just like we promised. Tomorrow we're gonna hit 140. I feel that's a good number. That's a good number to hit. I want to thank you all who are supporting. Those of you who have supported tonight, you are the MVPs. Without you, this would not be possible. It would not be possible to do this. It would not be possible. So thank you, Pissio Cat. Thank you, Hentai Warhol Z. Thank you, Raven's Gaze. Thank you, One Slick Mama. Thank you, Chris Champagne. Thank you, Walking More Poet and Andrew Kamaromi. And someone else whose name is obfuscated by the YouTube system. There you go. And Axel Stacks. God bless Axel Stacks. Tomorrow, you might get some breakbeat. Tomorrow, we're going to do the request show on a Sunday. Any kind of thing you might require, we're going to do. Yeah. What up, Matt Crittenden? What up, DS? What up, Axel Stacks? What up, Austin Cameron? Shouts out to all the members of this channel who keep this thing rocking. Shouts out to everyone in the building. Shouts out to everyone who dropped an emoji. Shouts out to everyone who just lurked in the chat. I can feel that vibe too, baby, and it's a good vibe. I felt a good vibe tonight. I didn't feel no bad vibes at all, not one. Not a single bad vibe. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I think it's very cool. Very, very cool. Zero bad vibes. And as a vibe regulator, that's a beautiful thing, man. All I had to do was keep it rocking. Yeah.
Akira. It's for the heroes.
Because, I mean, I'm talking with the person who gave us the AMA, gave me Blue Church, Jordan Hall. And part of that is this idea, which is the religion that's not a religion, and trying to come up with a post-religious faith. Because here's the idea. This is probably, in some ways, my most radical idea.
I want to do what like Augustine did as the Roman Empire is falling. He laid the foundation. He laid the cultural cognitive grammar for an entirely different culture, and they stole the culture bottom up. He laid the cultural cognitive grammar for an entirely different culture, and they stole the culture bottom up. I want to help steal the culture.
Away, steal it away, steal it away. I want to help steal the culture. Away, steal it away, steal it away. And do everything I can, and I can do everything I can, and I can. I want to help steal the culture. Away, steal it away, steal it away.
The imperial system at some point clamped down again, but nevertheless we shifted out of antiquity. We shifted to a different world. So I want to try and do that. I want to try and create the systems of meaning, the religion that's not a religion, the ecologies of practices, the communities, the networks of communities. All of this is already happening. Really empower it, both in terms of its grammar, give it the best scientific tools for engineering the practices and the ecology of practices. I basically want to steal the culture.
I want to help steal the culture. Away, steal it away, steal it away. I want to help steal the culture. Away, steal it away, steal it away. And do everything I can, and I can do everything I can. And I can, I want to help steal the culture. Away, steal it away, steal it away.
The people who have been abusing us for such a very long time. And I usually don't speak politically because I think the political framing is often a deep misrepresentation of the issue, at least the way in which political discourse has been sort of been ossified. It's been ossified in ways that make choice no longer really relevant. And, you know, Christianity stole the culture away from the elites of its time. Now, new elites form. They always will. But the culture changed, and it changed in an important way. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I see myself doing with a lot of these other people. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I see myself doing with a lot of these other people. I want to help steal the culture.
Away, steal it away, steal it away. I want to help steal the culture. Away, steal it away, steal it away. And do everything I can, and I can do everything I can, and I can. I want to help steal the culture. Away, steal it away, steal it away. Use this gospel for protection. It's a hard road to heaven. We call on your blessing. It's the Father, but our faith. Kingdom, the kingdom, our demons, our trembling. Holy angels, defending. It's the Father, but our faith. Hey, steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Hey, steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Hey, steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Hey, steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Steal it away, steal it away, steal it away. Hey.
The point about the metaphor is we can't win by playing the game. That's right. My way of trying to understand what it is to not play their game and to shift over to a totally different game, to shift the culture. It's to steal the culture. The only thing I can get from history that's been able to do that are religions. But for reasons that I've articulated, I don't want, not personally, I mean in terms of the functionality, I don't think the standard model, the axial age model of religion is going to do what we need in order to steal the culture as deeply as we need to steal it.
Use this gospel for protection. It's a hard road to heaven.
Hey, make some noise, baby. Make some noise for John Vivaki, Akira the Don, Kanye West. Demons are trembling, baby. Demons are trembling. And they should be. The brave citizens of Mars are rising. The cathedral is beautiful. The garden is beautiful. The vibes are immaculate. Demons don't like that. Demons don't like beauty. That's why we focus on beauty, baby. And vibes. Vibes, 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 vibes. That's what we do. That's what we will continue to do. That is our craft. That's what we will protect. We will regulate the vibes. We will go forth. We will be mighty. We will be brave. We will be brave. We will make beauty. We will put beauty into the world. Beauty into the world. We shall achieve alignment in this lifetime. We shall be useful. We will aim at fulfilling our potential. We will create systems that will lead to the inevitability of that realization and that alignment. We shall go forth and we shall be mighty, brothers and sisters, and we shall make some noise with our wave emojis. Yes, we shall. Bruh. What up, Savage Chill says the side I'm on is the side that appreciates beauty. So that's where the wave is. Swifty Blood says we are infinite eternity. Blah. Ha. Facts. Glenn Barnett says powerful show tonight. Thank you, brother. I had that shotgun energy. You know what I mean? I've been out there going bam, bam, bam. Shooting off rounds. Came in here all hyped up. I mean, I always come in here all hyped up. But like, it's different vibes. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm accumulating energy right now. I feel like there's an energy being accumulated and it's kind of building steadily day upon day upon day. You know, day upon day upon day. So that's what's cracking, baby. Yo, thank you all for being here. Once again, thank you to everyone that's been supporting. Thank you, Axel Stacks. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Walker More Poet. Thank you, Chris Champagne, One Slick Mama, Ravens Gaze, Hentai Warhols, Ian Pissio Cat. Bless F Ye Up. If you want to support the wave, you know what to do. You can become a member of the channel. Get access to that Joe Rogan face emoji. That's useful. You can become a member of the Patreon. Remember, if you're on level 4, you get your name in the credits of the next album. You'll get your name in the credits of the Joe Rogan album. They will be burned into the video for all time. Bow. That's epic. You can go to meaningwave.com. You can buy this shirt. This is a great shirt to have. People love this shirt. Everybody comes up. Whenever I wear this shirt, people are like, wow, that shirt's sick. Where'd you get it from? I say, meaningwave.com. Then I sneeze like this. Yo! Like that. Powerful sneeze activities in 2020 and beyond, you know? That new Get That Good Feeling collection is out now. Hit the link at the top of the description or the link that's in the flowing chat or whatever, or get to meaningwave.com. Get That Good Feeling merch. We got shirts, we got hoodies, they got zip ups, we got shorts, we got face masks. We are getting it cracking in that department. Level up, baby. Level up, level up, level up, level up. You can go to Bandcamp and download all the music. You can make a one-time donation via the link below. You can do all that. You can smash that like. You can share that link. You can ring up your mum. You can say, Mama. She'll say, I know Meaningwave exists. I just told Auntie Cheryl. She's really excited. I told the gardener. I said, hey, Mr. Gardener, Meaningwave exists. He said, yeah, we all know. Gardeners love Meaningwave. Gardeners are meaningful, we're meaning experts. Gardeners are experts on meaning. Gardeners have all the good allegories, all the good metaphors for life, you know? Gardeners understand the nature of things and they love Meaningwave. Shouts out to all the gardeners. Ooh. Yeah, you can do all that, baby. You can do all those things, but most importantly, right now, you can join me for an international Buy 5. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. We regulate the vibes every day, 7 CT. Every time the clock hits 7 on the CT, we're here. We're on Twitch in the AM, we're on YouTube in the PM. That's what we do. That's the system that will lead us towards the inevitability of our alignment, our potential, all that.
Get after it.
Why?
You gotta get after it.
Oh, yeah. Good point, Joseph. Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, yeah.
Dawn is good. Dawn is good. Dawn is good.
3, 2, 1. Bye. Bye, baby, bye. 7 a.m. tomorrow. Be there or sleep.
Fight!
Sleep, my